Hello, this is Dan for Dan Victor Does, and welcome to Mental Chillness. You may notice that I am coming from you directly to your viewing device, and it's Wednesday. I don't know, I'm getting started into the mix. Anyway, yeah, today's Wednesday, June 23rd, and I am coming to you live from Brooklyn. It is, Brooklyn, New York, USA, and I'm gonna play some music and talk to you a little bit about mental health. And that's what mental chillness is. I've come here to bring mentally chill vibes to you, the viewers. I'm going live on Twitch, on Facebook and YouTube, and you can find me on Twitch at Dan Victor Does, and on Facebook and YouTube at Dan Victor Productions. My stage name is Ductape Halo. That's the name that I play music under. So Ductape Halo. It's like the idea is it's a halo that is you have like the idea of that an angel is really trying to keep his halo together, so it broke. He's duct taping it up, and I think the idea is that you're doing the best you can given the circumstances. You just always are trying to be better. We're always striving for better. That's, I think, the best that we can hope for. And with that, yeah. So what's kind of exciting in this stream is that I got a bass pedal. Now, what that means is it's not a bass pedal. It's a bass emulator. So when I go and I play bass, when I play guitar, that's one thing, right? Very cool, right? Okay, so now what I also have going on is this bass pedal. Oh, let me set it over to the actual bass, because there's a couple different settings. Now you may say, why did you get a bass pedal, the bass emulator? So I started playing bass guitar. That was the first thing that I had ever done. So with this, it's sort of cool because I can now go back and add some bass when I'm playing the loop, because I use a loop pedal. That's one of the things that I'm using here when I play a song. So I thought, how cool to like make it a little bit more dynamic. And I have a couple different cool pedals here that I can add into the mix as I'm playing here. So like say for instance, right? I got a cool pedal. And I bet you don't know that I got some exciting stuff for you. So today, I was last stream. I had some really awesome people on, and it was so cool. I'm still learning Discord. I'm still learning the chat thing, the emotes. Like I still need to figure out some of those things. And forgive me, I'm figuring it out as I go. And I primarily wanted to focus on doing music, talking, chilling, vibing, and playing a little music. I do have some songs that I can play that are covers, but like I mostly play songs that are mine, and I think that that's a really good way to go. Considering that I have a lot of them. So I think what I'll start with is I'm going to do Amongst the Dead, because that's a good one to start with. And we can go from there. And I throw on this nice little room mic. You can hear what's going on. You can hear the creaks in my chair. But you can also hear what's going on in the room, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to switch up a little bit here. Give you a little of this. All right. Cool. So you can see what I'm doing on this side. So that was kind of a cool pedal. Let's see if I can do something cool with the pedal, because I have the pedal up here, and it's kind of like if I'm playing, I kind of have to. So check this out. So I'm gonna try this. All right. So. All right, so we got that set up. That's building for the got to wake up in the morning, got to wake up in the morning, tell me what to say, go to work like a cowboy, come out and forget the rest, amongst the dead, I take my chances. Zombie with briefcase. briefcase in hand. What's the difference? Living amongst the you're alive, but can't find your head, find your head. All right, so well, it was good in theory. Also, my feeling on my auto white balance is that it's like a little bit off, perhaps. But, you know, that, and it's a little over bright. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the bass pedal. I'm going to try to figure out the best way to do this because it's sort of like now I have so many pedals, I don't know what to do with them. Yeah, like I got this cool delay pedal, but now I need to like have access. You can't see any of this. Unfortunately, you're not able to see any of the action that's actually happening behind the scenes. I'm just adjusting that a little bit. Okay, cool. So let's just try to play the song normally. So, Amongst the Dead. Got to wake up in the morning, tell me what to say. Go to work like a cowboy, come out and forget the rest. Living amongst the dead, I take my chances. Tell me with briefcase in hand, what's the difference? Living amongst the dead, you're alive but can't find your head, find your head. That's what you said. Try to reach out to someone, wanna feel the warmth of their breath. I try to connect to somebody I just don't see him again. Living amongst the dead, I take my chances. Tell me with briefcase in hand, what's the difference? Living amongst the dead, you're alive but can't find your head, find your head. That's what you said. First in line at the DMV line, choosing all the wrong pieces to create a successful existence. Wanting, choosing, neglecting, but soothing, I like it too much. But where are the people that I love so much? Living amongst the dead, I take my chances. Tell me with briefcase in hand, what's the difference? Living amongst the dead, you're alive but can't find your head, find your head. That's what you said. It's what you said. It's what you said. Thank you, Amongst the Dead. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot now that I got like all of these pedals clogging up the airwaves here, you know. But it's cool. It's no worry. No big bad. Nothing bad about that, right? So anyhow, yeah. So I guess this week's been a pretty good week. It's been chill. I've been chilling out. No pun intended. The chillness is sort of baked into the process. So I think as I go through here, I'm going to play a couple more originals. Just keep the hits coming. I think one of the things I liked last time that I had done was I played a song called Nostalgia. And this is a song that's sort of about relationships and how sometimes we wish we were still in these past relationships, and our fondness of them causes us to wish things had been different. Yet it sort of it's that rose-colored glasses kind of a thing. So that's what this one's about. So I'll get this one going on. Hey, how you doing? Thank you. What if she could sing about it? Wouldn't listen to what she'd say. Younger than she thinks, amusing little wink. Tone of voice makes me stay. I love the look I get sometimes, knowing she thinks she can mold me. Better than being alone, I guess. For right now, she's the best I can get. Memories are swimming in the torture, always sweeter than you'd remembered. How do you start to get over when you're caught up in nostalgia? Oh, nostalgia. I love the look I get sometimes. After bed I hit my pipe. Inner dealings, I know this isn't right. Why can't I get what I want? Not too drunk to fight as the sun is coming up. Memories are swimming in the torture, always sweeter than you remembered. How do you start to get over when you're caught up in nostalgia? Yeah, come on now. Yeah, that's nostalgia. It's trying to play a little bit of cool stuff with the pedals, get a little of that, using that little bass pedal in there. Thanks for checking it out. El Caracas. I think I'm saying it right. El Caracas. What's going on? Thanks for joining in, saying what's up. Yeah, it's like now I don't know what pedal to hit first. It's like I gotta go, oh, cool. So it's like even better that I have this other camera going, because otherwise I'd be like, yo, Corey and Kara, what's going on? Thanks for coming by. Yeah, awesome. Super dope. Yeah, just going over some things. I was doing great, doing really good. Had a great weekend, and I got a new pedal. So I got this really cool pedal. It's called a Bass 9, and the Bass 9 pedal simulates bass notes. So right, dude, it's so boss. I have to say. It's really, really awesome. So I've been just playing. I literally got it, a couple hours before I was going to go streaming. So I thought, well, maybe I should mess around with it a little bit. But I haven't experimented too much. All I know is that well, funny enough, there's 9 settings, and I think they probably did it that way. That's why they named it Bass 9. But one is supposed to be a precision bass. So that's the number 1 setting I have, but it has like really cool stuff too. Like, so these are the instructions. It's got like a drive. Like Electro Harmonics really makes some great stuff, it has a split bass, so it sort of does. It does what an octave pedal does, but it also does what it sort of does this other cool thing where it's like does a what do they call it? A bowed thing. They have like a split bass. There's a bunch of different. Anyway, I still have yet to go through it, but a lot of fun. Nonetheless. So how was your week? Have you been going live at all? I've been so kind of detached from online. I'm trying to just make sure I get my clips before they end up going away, so I did that, I think yesterday or this morning or something like that, and it kind of like took off Monday. Sunday was spent the day with my mom and my stepdad. Hopefully your weekend was nice. Yeah, it was wild. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, you guys. Oh, thanks again. Yeah, it was great. Great. Okay, so you guys go live more on Fridays. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been meaning to check it out. It's just you have the bandwidth, and I was really trying to take into consideration a lot of the stuff that you were saying the other day. Thank you. Yeah, streaming sometimes it's like that. It's tough. That's why I've been doing it kind of by myself too. Is that it's like I can just do it myself, and then it sort of makes it easier because like with band practice, that's always something like syncing up schedules and whatnot. But great, Corey. Yeah, that's awesome. I will refer to you as Corey. It's wild that you say that because it's something that it's like exercise, right? That's really cool. Well, thanks for passing that along. That if you aren't streaming, you aren't growing, and it's definitely given me a goal. I mean, I've gotten myself together. Like a lot of the things that I do is with the intention of, well, I want to make sure my stream is better. I want to have my song lyrics for together, for instance, like that I also on my site I've been making sure that I have like an alphabetized list of all the songs that I've written. Well, not all of them, but a good majority of them. And then you can click on the song lyrics, and then you can read them, and then you can listen along, and then you can see what album that it's attached to. And a lot of this stuff is self-published and just like from my in my own mind. You know, I've published albums, but I haven't put them out. You know, they were just sort of. Well, I'm gonna put this collection of songs together, and then after, you know, more, I guess within the last years, I've definitely published albums, but it's been, but I've been songwriting since I was in high school, so for over, probably almost like over 20 years, you know, I've been writing music, and even before high school, but nothing that I would play now. But there's a couple songs that I have from high school that I would play. One song really kind of neat is called Hall of Justice, and what that's about is the hook goes, I don't want to be a superhero, and it's all about, like, Super Friends was a great show when I was growing up. It was you know, about Superman, Batman and Robin, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and the Hall of Justice. And I used to watch that every Saturday morning because there were Saturday morning cartoons. So I would watch that, and that had apparently a big impact on me. And so I wrote a song about it, and I'll play it for you. See what you think. It's called Hall of Justice. Legion of spies are chasing. Don't want to lose them on the train. Loose lips kill the causes. Liquor drug to the borders. I don't wanna be a superhero. Why did I have to learn how to fly? I don't wanna be a superhero. Punch the jug in the eye, floating on the clincher. Episode 5 is where you die. Rice cakes blew your cover. Duck fillets in my odors. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't wanna be a superhero. Why did I have to learn how to fly? I don't wanna be a superhero. Ooh. to be a superhero. Cool. Yeah. Hey, Corey. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. The old original. Hey, nice. Love it. Love the emotes. Yeah. I think that's great. I actually think it's really wild to look back on your stuff because it's sort of, it's like, oh well, this is what was in my head, and you think, wow, I was pretty developed at that stage, and you kind of think about it and then apply it to your songwriting now. So I definitely think it's a cool idea. Could maybe have like a stream where you're, just doing old songs, and saying, hey, look at this. That's like when I was playing the Fat song. That was an old one too. I hadn't played that in a while, and it's definitely one of those things that oh yeah, working for the man for sure. A lot of the things I would have to transcribe from old recordings. I would have I have stuff on a 4-track, like a physical 4-track cassette player, and would have to go through and I digitized some of this stuff, but it wasn't very good quality. So some of the stuff I want to go back and do that. Yeah, it's like and I'll tell you, I even forgot about some of this stuff. I have like a cassette thing. Yeah, I had a Tascam. What did you have? Did you have a Tascam? A really, really awesome thing that I got from my dad. Awesome. We probably had the same one. It's like it's the starter to the intro to recording, and and now with computers, I was like, oh, now I got to learn this new thing, and I remember getting my first computer. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it either. I had a brown one. I think I know the one you're talking about, though. It's like it maybe I remember a blue one too, but it's like I know a couple people had this like a similar model, and it really taught you the basics about recording and like how to bounce a track and what that even means. Now people think about bouncing, and bouncing a track means, well, you mix it down, but bouncing a track in the oh, cool. let me take a look at this in the old oh wow. Oh wow. Wow, that's the one. That's cool. That's cool. And you can buy it now for $140. Yeah. I sometimes wonder if I should buy a new. That's awesome. Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's Amazon Prime. Yeah, I should look to see if I can find my old one, because I was like, the one I have is broken, to be honest, and I was thinking, oh, I could always fix it, and I think I even fixed it at one point, and then and I have all these old masters. So I have a couple really cool ones that are like, I did specifically on that, and even the pitch shift is broken, so it's like stuck in one position. So if you play the tape and any other thing, it sounds sped up. So like I have to play it from that Tascam, and because I remember doing some things, and I played it through like a cassette player, and then I put that into the computer, and it ended up, I was like, well, it's a concept album, everything has like a pitch shifted vocals and guitars and stuff, and it actually came out pretty cool, and that was from years and years ago, but I just figure, just got to keep making music, and now I use my phone to record stuff, and it's probably better quality than the Tascam was. But it just serves the purpose. This is the idea. Get the idea down. Now I use Cubase, and I have my audio interface and all that business. But there's practical reasons to go into the studio too. I think if you have a band, or you have you're trying to get, superior vocals and you're a certain type of an artist, I think that's beneficial. I mean, the experience is definitely beneficial for me, but there's a lot of stuff that I can just do at home. Unless you need drums, I think drums is a big reason to go to the studio. I think getting good masters done with good good speakers, good monitors rather, and I think that's all part of the experience of making music is trying to see all the different ways that you can make it. Whether you play piano or not, learn a song on piano. I did that. Yeah. So, yeah, I am really digging this bass pedal. It's kind of cool. There's definitely certain things that I want to mess around with. Oh, so there is a song that I could do this because it's like a song that requires bass, and it's called Herbal Layover, and this is also an older one. That's why I'll need the lyrics for this jam. And I gotta remember what even the old things are. So it's so is that good enough? No. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it over again. For the loop station. For the loop folks. Okay, so alright, I gotta do this again. Sorry. Ooh, that doesn't sound good either. I think I'm gonna use my bass EQ. Ooh, man, that's frustrating. So, all right, hold on a second. All right. Yeah, I've been having a little trouble. I was trying to mess with a loop pedal earlier with this thing, and it's a little harder doing the bass. Like, oh, it's a 720 Electro Harmonics. I actually have two different Electro Harmonics loop stations, but the reason I got the 720 is because it has a stop button and it has a loop button. It's sort of like if you've ever gotten if you've ever gotten the do you have a loop pedal, Corey? I don't know if you'd mentioned that or not, but it. You have the Boss one. Is that the two, or is it the one that has the two pedals, or is it the one RC30? I could look it up, but it's got the two pedals. Okay, I had gotten that, and it was really difficult for me to use, and I think I got a different pedal. I didn't even end up getting a loop pedal because, like, I really liked the. I think you were. Is it hard? Yeah, I had a really hard time with it. It just functioned differently. Yeah. I like because I like the one that was the line 6 digital delay pedal that had the loop station on it. I think we were talking about that. Yeah, the DL4. That one, I love the loop station on that. And the thing is, like, I wanted something that was similar to that. So I wanted to start a loop a separate loop button and a start and stop one, and that's what the 720 has. The 360, which basically the difference is 360 seconds versus 720 seconds or minutes. I don't know exactly. I forget exactly how many seconds it is, but it's a few seconds. But that stands for the amount of time it has, and it's like and you can save multiple. You can save up to 9 different patterns, and it's an infinite loop. So you can say record 30 seconds of a loop, and then you can infinitely loop on top of that 30, and it doesn't increase the amount of time that it's or space that it takes up. So so that's actually pretty cool. It's got the infinite loop capabilities, and and I'll probably never do more than a few, but I have the vocal thing hooked up to it, so it has the stereo in, stereo out. That was another thing that I wanted, and that the 360 doesn't have. So I like the 360, but to stop it, you have to double tap. Like, so that's, I think, the disadvantage of the single pedal loop stations. Oh, 14 seconds. Yeah. It wasn't that much time, and you couldn't save anything. Not that I really save anything anyway, but if you have a little pattern and you're like, oh, I kind of like that, I want to remember it, but I want to be able to still use the pedal, because you couldn't save anything. I like the idea that you can save stuff on this. So, even just to get an idea down, and I think that's more what it is. I think I had tried to put a backing track to it and tried to have a backing track saved on, but it just didn't quite work out the way I imagined it. Yeah, because I'm always trying to be the one-man band, and it's to solve that little dilemma, and I just have to think of myself as a different type of an artist. I'm not the rock band situation that I kind of envision in my mind, and that was sort of yeah right. It's like, I think when we're young we have this idea of ourselves that it's like, you know what I mean, the kind of people we idolize. Like, I idolized David Bowie. I loved Guided by Voices. I loved a lot of band music, like Led Zeppelin or the Pixies or Bad Religion, and some of these are heavier bands. So I sort of was like, well, I want to emulate that, but the kind of music that I would make wouldn't always line up with the stuff that I listened to, although it was definitely informed and influenced by it. I think David Bowie for sure had a huge impact on my interest in songwriting. Guided by Voices also. I wrote a lot of songs about, not about that, but like similar to that, just to try out the different types of songwriting. Some music I was like anti-music, and I just didn't give it a chance when I was younger, and then I got into it later. Sort of was like, I think, not that I didn't like Pink Floyd, but I remember I had heard before I listened to Pink Floyd. I knew they were a band that was good, so I wanted to not listen to it so I could save it, because I would get tired of music. I'd listen to it over and over again, and then I get bored and I want to have something else. So, oh really? That's wild. I just sort of never. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, I mean, I even said it's like, I'm never gonna do covers, and then I started learning covers and found an interest in that, because it's wild. It's like, wow, I have all these other songs that I can play. Yeah, pop punk. Okay, all right, like Blink 182 kind of stuff, like the early 90s, early 2000s kind of punk stuff. Oh yeah, like Newfound Glory. I think I have a Newfound Glory CD somewhere. Yeah, I mean, I was a fan of like the older pop punk stuff, like Lagwagon and No Effects and Green Day, that kind of era of punk. And man, I'll tell you, yeah, yeah, MXPX for sure. And it was like, oh man, there's so many other cool ones too that it's like, you're hip, all these bands, and you have some 7 inches and XYZ, and it's cool to be part of a scene, but I always felt like, well, I want to hear other stuff, and that's why Guided by Voices for me was a band that it was, and now that I don't drink because that's sort of a thing that I don't. Well, like I'm in sobriety, like so I don't drink and I don't take drugs anymore. But I remember that there was this big romance with drinking, especially with the music, and I kind of identified with that. It doesn't mean that I don't like the music. Still, it's just that aspect of it. It was hard for me to separate the alcohol from the music, and it was this sort of relationship where that was also part of the lifestyle. It was like being kind of punk, being drunk, being out, getting into trouble, smoking weed, do it, just do it all sorts of nonsense. And it's like I was just talking to somebody about this, is about this identity that we try to embody to, we're wearing the uniform to fit in to this system so that we can be a member of this society, and we're legitimately a member. It's not like something that you're born into, or that you have a badge and say, hey, I'm a punk rocker, but you're identified by the clothes that you wear, the music that you listen to, the knowledge and the shows that you've gone to. And it's this whole kind of a thing. And if you live a certain kind of a lifestyle, then then I agree with this, But for me, I kind of took it a little bit literally, and I went a little over the top, with especially with my drinking. I was a heavy drinker, and a heavy pot smoker, and I I totally get it. It's not that I don't get it. It's just that that's not where I'm at now. And I have to say, it's great feeling to it's liberating to kind of separate, say, okay, well, the drugs are the drugs and the music is the music, and, do what you're going to do. But like, the music is sacred, the music is my church. The music is my good feelings, and I don't need anything else um, to improve upon that, So like, I think it it definitely altered my experience when I was going to shows. Like, for instance, like I remember going to see, it was a Halloween show, and it was Misfits with all three of the original members minus Glenn Danzig and Guar. Okay, and it was in Philly. Wow. Well, years aside, it's like, thank you so much, Corey. I appreciate that. Um, it's like we're all on the journey together. We're all on this path, and wherever we are on that journey, I think we can appreciate where we're on the path. It's like hiking. We're somewhere on that path, and we cross paths. And it's like I think, at its best, we're here to help one another, and just, affirm our experience, and listen to other people's experiences and hear how that resonates with mine, and like, wow, there's either similarities or there's differences, and it's interesting how these differences even inform something about myself. Yeah. When you say you sell beer, is that like being a bartender, or are you like a distributor of beer that you like, sell? I just was curious because I've heard people use the term selling alcohol, and I've heard them use that as a bartending term. I'm just curious because and then I also know some people are reps for beer companies, and yeah, I mean the thing is I oh, okay, awesome, okay, cool. No, I definitely understand, and it's, you know, listen, we're human beings, and stuff happens, and I oh wow, okay. Yeah, I'm not against drinking. I'm against it. I'm not against anybody doing anything. That, you know, I don't. I just can't be around it. You know, it 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 triggers certain things in me, and you know, it's not. You know, I can be around other people drinking. I think it's just partying, the partying that is difficult to watch. You know, if somebody's having a beer or having a glass of wine, or, you know, having a good time, there's a point where it's over the line, and I like to indulge in that over the line behavior. And you know, and the thing is, some of the things were like very well intentioned. It wasn't like I was looking to get hammered. Sometimes I was, but sometimes it was just like, hey, we're going to have some drinks at dinner. That's what we do. And then it adds to the price of the bill, you know, and it pads the bill. And I know a lot of restaurants survive that way, and it's, you know, business. Yeah. But it's like, you know, I don't like, there was a point in time where I felt like I would be missing out. Oh, I can't try that whiskey flight. I used to love whiskey. I liked brown liquor. I liked clear liquor. I liked green liquor. You know, I mean, at a certain point, it didn't matter. I just didn't like gin, and um, you know, and it was just, then it wasn't heavily focused on the alcohol. It was more heavily focused on smoking weed, and drinking. It was never neither, or it was always both, you know, or one. And you know, and then there was other stuff, and the other drugs are what got me into real trouble, and kind of said, well, okay, I don't need to be doing any of this stuff anymore. I don't want to try to, you know what I mean? There isn't anything in it for me anymore, you know, and it's only, you know, held me up. And a lot of the reason that I'm able to do this channel is because, you know, one, financially, I'm not spending money on that stuff. Two, I'm being able to have the mental capacity to not have to recover from a night of drinking. You know, I can get a night's sleep and then get up and be able to function. I can, you know, I mean, it's offered much more than that. Those are just like immediate kinds of, you know, effects, but there is the overall effect of having having that not in my system. That's not to say that I couldn't be healthier. That's not to say that I couldn't be eating better. Um, the turning point for me. Oh, not at all. I'm very happy to talk about this. This is actually part of what the channel's about. You know, I'm in recovery for addiction. Doing I was doing drugs. I was doing cocaine. Like that was the thing that really um cool, good. Yeah, I was doing a lot of coke, and it was also intermixed with, like, I have bipolar disorder, which is something that I've been dealing with and taking medication and being treated for a long time, going to therapy, XYZ. Very, very aware of that. That's sort of the reason that I like to talk about it, because I've had a lot of experiences in dual diagnosis. Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. Very cool. Listen, you're welcome here. You know, this is the chill zone. I mean, I just finished up a training for being a peer support specialist, and that's part of getting into that, was into my interest in advocacy and bringing awareness to mental health, um, how people are treated. People are, um, you know, looking for assistance and help, and sometimes they're not able to find it. I have a lot of things I've been working on actually just recently about simplifying the process of accessing resources and putting together there's definitely like I don't want to classify myself as somebody who's a therapist, but I am a peer and I educated myself in getting certified to I've actually gone through the certification process. Part of it's contingent upon um, in New York State, there's a number of different things that I need to do, and one of it is get a certain amount of hours. But I've fulfilled all the courses that I need to, and taking the tests in order to do that. They also require references, so that's sort of where I am. I just completed that last week, actually, on Thursday, last Thursday. So now I have an interest in doing that with this platform. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. It was a big thing. I never thought I'd go back to school, and I did, and it was extremely informative. And I was like, this is information that everybody should have. I mean, especially people who are, being aware of your rights, being aware of like if you call the ambulance, what's going to happen if you have to advocate for yourself, in a psych ward, what when you're not at your best, how can you prepare yourself? I mean, there's so many things that I want to talk about, but I think I want to organize that information. And your mom is, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, listen, my heart goes out to you and your mom, and I really sincerely hope things get better with your mom. And yeah, it's it's tough. I mean, I was in the hospital not too long ago. It was probably uh, about 2019 was when I was in the hospital last, and just talking about, like you were asking about, that the turning point for me, I had, been on a manic episode for quite a while. And one of the things that happened was I was using a lot at the time, and so it was fueling my mania. And then eventually I ended up having a mental break. And there's a lot of details to it, but the thing was that the drugs were like, I was taking Adderall and doing coke, and in addition to all the other things I was doing and taking my medication. And it eventually, and then situations like I was reliving trauma from childhood trauma, and it was like it was all messed up. So I needed a timeout, and then I got clean, and then I relapsed, and then that brought me to an even worse place. I hadn't talked to my parents. It was like there was a whole lot of different things that were happening that sort of made that experience profound and life altering in the best possible way. I mean, heavy shit to deal with, but at the same time, when these things are brought to your attention, and they're in your face, and you see other people experiencing them, especially when you go in inpatient, or you're visiting somebody there, and you're seeing how people are treated, you're seeing how doctors treat participants and patients, and there's so much that has gone on with my own personal development, and things that I've seen along the way that I said, this isn't right. And when I'm well, I want to be able to do something and say something about it. And I am much better than I was back then, thank God. And you know and and I think I've just been on this journey to learn more and see how I can contribute. And I think purpose goes a long way into sort of like shaping my identity. Is like, what is my purpose here? What do I have to offer, and what do I have to give? One, I have my experience. I can give my experience and share that. I can talk about some of this knowledge. I can inform, educate, and activate. Now that's something that I think one, I can bring awareness because I'm shocked at, well, I'm not shocked, but it's always surprising to hear, oh, there's somebody who hasn't heard about this, let me tell you. And it's some of it's basic information, like for instance, I talk about NAMI is the National Association for Mental Illness. It's NAMI.org, NAMI.org. And that is probably one of the best resources for finding out about mental illness, support, different types of resources like groups and things in your area. It's a national organization. That had really helped me, at many times, but that's not the only thing that's out there, and it's not the only program that's out there. There's all sorts of different things. And I think Ian may have favorited or liked something. I'm not sure, but I saw, I wanted to just shout you out. I didn't know if you were around or not, but yeah, thank you very much for saying what's up. I think, yeah, trying. Oh wait, what was it? Oh, I think I had something going on here. I'm just gonna try to not do this, but it's like trying to think. Blah blah. Yeah, it's a little hard to see some of the comments and things, but I will say this: it's a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. We're all sort of a work in progress, and if we can help each other along the way with these difficulties, and sometimes it's just let's talk it out. Let's. I really love the back and forth. Cheers to that. Absolutely. I'll cheers you with my. I'll tell you what I've been drinking a lot of is I've been drinking a lot of seltzer water. Seltzer water is like my cocktail. This is just water, but I bought a cool canteen so that I could feel special while I'm drinking. It keeps water cold. I like cold water. Like seltzer. So I said, well, what's one step above seltzer is mineral water. So I've been drinking a lot of Perrier. And I'm like, well, it's not alcohol. So I drink that stuff. And I think, again, back to your question about, what a turning point was for me. It was, oh, cool. It's awesome, right? And it's like a straw thing. So this was so that I don't have to like turn it upside down and look, but I'm still looking like I'm sucking a hop tea is good too. Oh, awesome. Hop tea. I don't know that I've had hop tea. I've had what is hop tea? Is that just a certain type of a tea? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, there isn't a Whole Foods. It's like a beer hop tea. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I do the not. I think now I'm thinking kimchi. It's zero alcohol. Interesting. Definitely. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll check it out. I'm always kombucha. Absolutely. There is actually a coffee place by me that has kombucha on tap. They have like beers, wines, and cold brew coffee, but I was like, oh, it's like so you have cold brew, and they're like, yeah, and we have some beers and wines, and then they said kombucha. I was like, what? That's wild. Kombucha on tap. So I'm thinking, well, there's options, If you're, a lot of times for me, it's just like I want to have a drink in my hand. I just want to have something in my hand so that when I'm talking, I can do something with it and then drink it and quench my thirst. It has very little to do with the effects of it, but it's just like I'm doing something. And I remember when I used to go to like a karaoke. There was a karaoke thing that we used to go to. It was always karaoke night, and there was always a drink special, tall boys, whatever. And it would be like a long waiting list, and we would be in there, and it was just okay, well, I got to do something to kill some time until we're up, and then we're singing, and then we're drinking, and it's this whole thing. It's like I was, I was excited about the music and about, people doing things, and the drinking, it was mechanical, even, you know. I felt like it was just this mechanical thing of like hand to mouth, hand to mouth. And at a certain point, I'm not drinking it to get a different sensation. It's just to have some taste in my mouth, and that's the thing that I always sort of like. There was this disconnect between like the act of doing it and associating with what it would do to me. I always just didn't. I knew I could feel maybe I have one or two, and then I could kind of feel like something's happening, and then it would be, after a bunch, you just sort of like you didn't realize the impact. I wouldn't realize the impact of how drunk I was getting and how ultimately sloppy I was. I was, and some people like that because when I was drunk, I was a good time. I was fun. I was, until I was not a good time. Until I was too fucked up. And by too fucked up, I don't mean that I was fighting or I was doing anything. I was just not functioning. And I'd be like, it's time to go home. Or getting sick. I used to throw up a lot. Sorry. that was when I was in college. I used to do that, and it was bad. So anyway, I mean, I didn't expect to be talking about all this stuff, not necessarily, but I'm happy to, and I'm definitely glad to. I hopefully it's an okay conversation. I think okay, awesome. Yeah, I think oh wow. It's funny. I was, when I was looking at the bass pedal, I was sort of going between that and the Pog, the one that Leon Bratt uses, because I was kind of looking at his thing and I saw that he was using that, and I was like, oh, I kind of like that. He's using that like as a bass pedal. It had a cool sound to it. But again, I was like, I wanted something that was a little bit more versatile than an octave pedal, and it sort of does the same thing, except it has like a couple other cool things. In the 303, there's some really cool synth sounds. Here, let me just see if this is... I'm just gonna leave it on that one. This is a fretless though. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of dig it, but yeah. So anyhow, yeah, I would definitely talk more about my experiences in the fray, so to speak. Definitely have a lot of stories from it, and I'm super, uh, just to talk about, where I am with talking about this stuff publicly. I kind of decided that I would be open about my mental illness status and how I feel like that's something that a lot of people are hesitant to share publicly, but it's, well, one part of my brand, if you want to call it that, and also it's something that I have to deal with. I have to deal with it, and if people are interacting with me, it's not something I'm trying to wear on my sleeve, but it is something that I don't want to be afraid of having people know about. And being that it's something I want to talk about, I have to be. For me, I need to be open about it. I need to be out, in a sense. I'm out of the closet. I'm bipolar. I have bipolar disorder. I'm someone who lives with mental illness, but that doesn't define who I am. I'm many things. There are many aspects to who I am. I'm an artist. I'm a son. I'm a brother. I'm an uncle. I'm many from many different perspectives. We are different people, but we're a wonderful bundle of things, and I think it was a little harder for me to talk about the addiction stuff publicly than it is about um, the mental illness stuff, because I think that that's something, really want to get it out there, right, because there's so much out there that's incorrect, um, and I want people to just get affected by it, like be have some exposure to the discussion, to become comfortable with it, to realize that many people in this world deal with that on some level, some people more than others. The people who have to deal with it are deserving of dignity, respect, and compassion, because people who are suffering deserve compassion and empathy. You know, they, when people are not well, they, yeah, everyone is fighting a battle. Know nothing about. It's true. It's true. We're all dealing with something, and I think that's sort of beautiful. There is this thing each one of us is experiencing and going through, and if we choose to share that, then that's I don't know. Then there's this connection. There's this synergy of something, and I've gained so much. Um, I've gained so much from being around other people, and even still, I still sometimes am hesitant to being around other people, and it's not because people are not good. It's just that I am sometimes uncomfortable. Like, and I have to push myself out. Like, even going live streaming, it's like I have to push myself a little bit, and once I'm moving, then it's like I feel better. Right here we're talking. I love that, and I'm in a place where I'm having a good time. It's not that. It's something that I have to get over. It is one of my little quirks. It is one of the things that I'm working on, and I really think that the live streaming for me is a way to interact with people and to become comfortable in a community, and then physically as well, being out there. Like, I was talking to somebody today. They're having an art opening on Saturday, and I said, hey, come by, and it's that kind of thing. I used to be much more in the scene and stuff, and when I had my episode and prolonged episode and recovery, I was not able to be in that anymore. I was, I was removed. I felt many things, but like I couldn't interact, and it really sucked, because that's like, music is such a huge part of my life. Like, I would go, like, my night out was going to play a show, going out to dinner, and hanging out with a band, after we were done playing. Yeah, there'd be drinks and stuff, but like, we would play games. We would have game nights with girlfriends, boyfriends. It was a way that we could hang out at band practice. It was my whole social network. It was involved in whether maybe it was artist. We'd go to the art opening and then go see somebody doing an open mic. These are the kinds of interactions and social things that I'd like to do, because I'd like to talk to other creatives. This is just another way of doing that. The live streaming, I've really paid attention to since I saw it come out on Facebook. I don't know if Facebook was the first place live streaming was available, but I remember when it came out on Facebook, and I thought that was the revelation for me. It's like, wow, you can, in the moment, connect with people online. And so I was like, oh well, I really immediately want to do concerts. And then it became, well, how do I capture the sound of a live show, because they never capture it correctly. When you hear a live concert, everything's going through the board, and the board ultimately doesn't represent what you're experiencing when you're in the audience. When you feel the speakers, you feel the sound. It's like you, I wanted to try to uh, not replicate it, but I wanted to effectively represent a live show online. So if you couldn't get to a show, you could experience it at home. Much the way you could watch a Netflix show and see it. And now it's evolved so much further than I had even conceived of it. It just really amazing. And even doing with what I'm doing with it now is so much further than I would have ever thought I would. So it's a wonderful journey. But I think that was back in 2015 because I bought a what I'm actually using for my audio interface is a Zoom H6, and the Zoom H6 has a microphone, and it's like a field recorder, and it also has 4 XLR or quarter-inch inputs. You can put different kinds of compression on it. You can put phantom power. So I use that, and I have a board that everything goes through. It's actually pretty cool. I was sharing with my friend Miu. I had showed her. She was asking about a microphone, and she was recording something. She's like, "Well, I think I need to get an audio interface." I says, "Oh, okay, cool." What's that? I have seen these popping up. Didn't know. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you have seen them. The Zoom mixer mic. Yeah, it's. I saw that because I was looking into it. Like I saw immediately that I've done a lot of live recording. Some of the things I was doing live streaming. I was the editor of a website called Pop Dust. So I was the editor in chief, and it kind of fell in my lap as a result of working with different people in the music community, and it got offered to me. So I said, well, here, it's a pop culture website. I saw the opportunity to interview people live on Facebook, and that's what we did. We did a live stream on Facebook, and we interviewed people. Some of the people were bigger. Like Kim Petras was one person that I interviewed, that we interviewed, that was kind of became a bigger, pop person. So the thing is I took the Zoom H6 and I used that to capture the sound, and then I would mix the sound live through a mixer, then bring the sound in there, and then the line out would go into the like I had an audio interface for my phone, which is a iRig 2, and that would plug into my iPhone, and then I'd go live with the iPhone, and then it ended up becoming a iPad Pro, after a while. So that was sort of my formula for having good audio, and I was really obsessed with that because I was like, oh man, the audio's garbage. The audio's garbage. I want to make sure that the audio sounds good, and I think that was more important than the video. So after a certain point, it's like I couldn't afford a camera like a DSLR camera, so I'm using, like right now, I'm using the Logitech webcams, and they're perfectly fine, for going live. If I wanted to up it, it would have to be a whole nother level. I think what I'm doing currently, I'm pretty happy with. Could it be better? It's always could be better, But in terms of the sound, it took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do the sound. Like for instance, if I'm doing like right now, if I have the effects here, right, I don't want to have to go into my computer and use processing power through my DAWs or have a second computer. So that's why I have a mixing board that has onboard effects. And I have things running, like I have the mic running through that before I have it going into the Zoom H6. And then the Zoom H6 has an onboard compressor that I use for a vocal mic, and then that goes in here. And it's sort of like, well, I'm making sure the sound is good before it comes into the audio interface, so that it's just a direct line in, and it's not something that I have to, examine in post. So, like for instance, I have a Roland Microcube that I don't have a line out. I'm miking the amp before I have it go into the Zoom H6, because I feel like sound coming out of the speaker of the amp is much better than the sound coming out of the line out, which I could do, because I want it to sound like an amp. I don't want it to sound like a, and then I also want to capture the sound of the guitar in the room. So for instance, let me take that off. So for instance, I have the room mic off, right? But now I have the room mic on. You can hear there's more background noise, but when I'm singing and even when I'm playing guitar, there's a much fuller, it just sounds fuller. And even with that background noise, it's sort of like a drone. That's the air conditioner. So it's like a combination of that mic, the vocal mic, because sometimes when I'm singing, if I sing powerfully into the mic, it'll pop, or you hear those P's, and I really don't like using the spit guard thing. It also, to me, does very little. In my opinion, it just keeps you further off the mic. But when you're singing live anyway, you're either up on it and you're doing the podcast thing, or you're further back here, and you wanna belt it out. So like just one of those things, when you're up on the mic and you pull back, you're able to give a little bit more volume. I don't want you to lose some of this, so that's why I think if you have this, it's much more isolated and it definitely sounds good. But like if you got stuff going on, then it's fine. Anyhow, yeah, that's the only reason I have that off, because I was doing a lot more talking and I don't want to have the background stuff. But when I'm playing, I kind of hit these little buttons and bang, it's all physical. That's why I like pedals versus virtual instruments, unless I was playing like a synth or something. But I'm not playing a synth, I'm playing a guitar. I want to be able to take these same things and plug them into a PA or plug them into an amp on stage, so that I can replicate the sound that I'm trying to create. And I think with the acoustic, this is a Martin Dreadnought. And when I had bought this originally, I sat and played a bunch of different guitars. And I knew I wanted a Martin. I just wasn't sure which one I wanted. And I wanted to make... One of the things I really dislike about acoustic guitars is sometimes the onboard mic makes it sound very tinny. And I'm not a fan of the way it sounds. So I really wanted to make sure that the guitar I got, if I was going to spend money on an acoustic guitar, I wanted to, like a high-end acoustic, I wanted to get something that sounded good in the room without, unmiked and with a plug-in. So this is thankfully a bit of both. So, because I had a other acoustic, but definitely not as, I didn't spend as much on it as this one. And this is my baby. So with that said, I think let me play a tune, and I think Poetry in Prison is a good one. That's a crowd favorite. And it's a favorite of mine too. So, gonna bring on the effects. Breaking down barriers, I walk the line. Breaking bread, breaking through buildings, a detrimental line. Like prisons and poetry, they'll meet you down the porch. Ranges filled with reason, yeah. I'll tell you to the door. That they're rowing, poetry in prison for you. down meet the simple sinners. They know how to really get it down. The Prince of Artists, the prison, they gotta bring a woman, let them down. How can you not like the honky-tonk prison? Got chickens and bentos, like being outdoors in the mushroom vision. It looks like I'll never make it home. Only prison, but who will listen? It's poetry in prison view. Whistles blowing the tent that they're rowing. Poetry in prison, poetry in prison view. Don't bring me down, 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 down. 'Cause I'm the real deal and I'm gonna make you drink bourbon on the bar. If you leave me, I'll never be more sorry. Everything's priceless now. The prison, but who will listen? It's poetry in prison for you. Whistles blowing the dead that they're rowing. Poetry in prison, 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 poetry in prison for you, for you, for you, for you, for you. Poetry in prison. That is what is up. All right. Yeah, I was hearing a little ghost stuff. I didn't know if... Yeah. Yeah, see, I have a couple different things going on. So, what did you want to do? I think what I want to do is I want to tune up. Tuning up is never a bad thing. By the way, I appreciate you sticking around and hanging out with me. It's like, you never know what you're gonna get when you go live, and it's just, I think, I was talking to my mom about how awesome it was on Saturday, and how cool it was to like connect, and also connect with somebody from New Jersey and Germany, and I think it was just so wild to to just kind of experience this experience of live streaming and interacting and talking about whatever we're talking about, the laughing. I was telling her, I think it was hard because, she's older. She doesn't quite get what live streaming is, and she sees it. Like, she's on my Facebook page, and I multicast to Facebook and to YouTube, so she's definitely seeing it. I'm just not sure she understands quite what it is. I can only imagine. I mean, she's in her 70s, and it was, she gets technology. She definitely does. It's not, who knows? She might be watching now. Hi, Mom. But my stepfather definitely does not get technology, although he participates. I'll see a like every so often on Instagram. I'll see a like on Facebook. He'll do like a mass liking. Oh, I haven't been on in a while. Bang, 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 And it's really cool too because my nephew follows me on Instagram, so I'll see a like from him, and it's like, oh, okay, he's watching. What's up? My brother, he saw because my brother actually helped for my birthday get me one of these pedals. So that was that, like, he contributed towards the bass pedal. So that was something that, thank you, Jason, for thank you finally for the gift that it came. I was checking out it was coming USPS, and the frustration with the United States Post Office is that they don't really have very good tracking. It's not like with Amazon when you have a FedEx or UPS person, you can track down the actual person and they'll leave it for you. They're kind of accustomed to leaving Amazon packages, but I've had a lot of trouble with Post Office. I actually sell these shirts on my Etsy store that I ordered some for myself just so that I could wear on the show. They never showed up, and they say they were delivered. So I was a little worried about the post office sending my bass pedal, but it got here. So grateful for that. Gotta be thankful for those little things, So before I wanted to play, this is an older one, and it's called Herbal Layover. And I wrote this song in 1996, and it was done on my 4-track. The song, I wrote it about tripping on acid, and I had never tripped. I don't think that I had tripped on anything yet. I had wrote it about what it must be like to trip. And, and I have, taken many hallucinogenics now after, I can talk about it. Like, I used to do all this stuff, right? Oh man, I used to love that stuff. But, so this was sort of my impression of what tripping would probably be like. So, the changes, you'll have to bear with me. Let's see, it's been a while since I've played this. So here we go. Awesome, Corey. Definitely go live. We got to do this thing. Shout out your name to my God. I know the fame you cultivated. I only wish to buy your trade. And here you go. It's on the tip of tongues. Take it wisely, you will be dropped in a haze. You don't know where you are. Take another little drop on the way to work, and you putting up the tent and you start the fire. Wow, I don't know, I don't see, I just understand nothing is right. Things are starting turn into an herbal layover. Wow, I messed that one. Things are starting to turn into an herbal layover. Doesn't seem right. Things are turning into an herbal layover. Oh, I wanna help you so bad. Time is the only healer. They say what you know. Talk to the medicine man. I've got fast lips and you can't touch them. See how they move so fast, I won't get it away. I want your haze in your herbal layover. The Indians will say things are starting to turn into an herbal layover. Doesn't seem right. Things are starting into an herbal layover. Herbal enough, even though it seems too scary. Take care of it. Herbal layover. Herbal layover. All right, I'm gonna let it be there. Well, Corey, that's awesome that you're gonna go live. Let me know when you're going, and I will take a short break, probably because I want to hang with you for a little, like until you're ready to go. Because honestly, I think that would be really awesome to, if you're, maybe I can be able to check you out after I am done streaming, because I'm gonna try to go stream for probably another maybe hour, something like that, and then I'll be able to, it'd be great to see what you're doing. That'd be kind of cool. So, yeah, man, I'm stoked. Stoked that you all are here with me, and this is Mental Chillness. Just to give you a little background, if you are just joining, my name is Dan Victor for Dan Victor Does, and this is Mental Chillness by Ductape Halo, with Ductape Halo Music. Ductape Halo is my stage name, and I make music, and Mental Chillness is what I want to share with you. Mental Chillness is a concept where people are interested in being chill. I mean, it's what it is actually, I was trying to figure out how can I explain this, because there's sort of a number of key factors here. One, it's talking about like mental health issues, but it's also talking about ways to manage your wellness regardless of your clinical status. So I think one of the things to do is to say it's a inspiration-based motivation. You're inspired to make motivations, like my friend Corey. He's going live, so Corey and Care, be able to check them out. That is exactly the kind of thing that I am interested in doing. So if after you're done watching what I'm doing, you go on and you do your thing, because you're like, wow, well, he's doing what he's doing. I want to be able to do my thing, and I'm going to get some enjoyment out of it. And that brings me joy. If I can help facilitate whoever participates in mental chillness, and our vibe, our chill vibe, is created by ourselves, but it's amplified by our interaction. It's our interaction that, oh, cool, Corey and Carrie are live on Twitch. Yeah, I gotta say what's up. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a fire's up there, because so just so you let you know, I'm also going on to the Discord, which I really should have done, but I'm still not familiar on the Discord thing. I'm still getting my feet wet. So anyhow, I think one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to take a short break. so I could use the bathroom. Yeah, because short breaks. I think short breaks are good. Before the short break, I'm going to do a quick song. It'd be a good way to break it off. I've been breaking off these segments in part 1 and part 2. This is part 1 has gone on like a little bit longer than it normally does, but that's cool because you're chilling with me. Here we go. So I think what I'll do is I will do a... What do I got? What do I got over there? I have my set list over this to the side. I think let's do My Mother. All right. Yeah. Nothing to sell. This the bloody bulk made prison, new vision of hell. And the talk that she spoke so softly repeats on and on and on and on. Love the care, but beware of the future. It haunts me still when the moon breaks. I will walk in the steps my mother taught. When the light fades, I can't wait to escape to the promised land. Sneaking wolf found a loaded weapon. Was it worth this to say? And know that I'm found in my vision, screaming out, sloppy seconds, what they say. My mother, she was good to me. This is why I'm this way. I'm good at reality, checking it, sticking like a knife there, deep in your head, deep in your head. When the moon breaks, I will walk the steps my mother taught. When the light fades, I can't wait to escape to the promised land. Till you first came along, you look at this, you gone, work yourself to the bone. Cause you know you don't know what you want, you come to step on my bridge. And the walk that you don't head on, you got the brakes. This is a new future present tense. Nothing's better, that's what they say. That's what they say. That's what they say. It's what they say. That's what they say. What they say. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, come on. I will walk in the steps my mother taught. When the light fades, I will wait to escape to the promised land. Wow. Yeah, that's what's going on here. Promised lands. Promised lands. You know, I learned not that long ago that promised land, it's promised land, not promised land. And that sort of like threw me, because I was like, oh, that's what that means. Promised land. Like the land has been promised. You know. Still, you know, messing around with the loop and the loop pedal with the bass pedal, the bass emulator that makes my bass. Yes. So with that, I am going to step away to use the facilities, the restroom, if you will. And please enjoy the copyright-free music I have. And I'm a fan of reggae, so if you couldn't tell. Hey, that was actually kind of a good transition there. Yes, so this is Dan Victor Does with Dan Victor. Ductape Halos, Mental Chillness. Yes, a lot of branding going on there, but don't worry, it doesn't mean I don't have substance. In fact, it means I have a whole lot of substance, and talking can sometimes be fun, but also playing music can be fun too. So, one of the things that I do while I'm going live is I figured in the just chatting section, I would talk and do a little bit more talking than playing, but still playing. And I think for me, it's a lot to play the entire time, I think. Like, let's be honest. Playing guitar all the whole time. I mean, I'm going to hold the guitar, so it like looks like I'm about to play at any moment, which I am. Well, I'd like that it's not so much. We don't have to be in a concert, but we can be talking and chilling out. So when your folks say, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm just chilling. That is my answer for everything. So what are you doing? Oh, I'm just chilling. I'm mentally chilling myself out because sometimes my brain needs a timeout, and I am very good about giving myself that. No, well, to be fair, I'm not always good at giving myself that, but I have to be mindful to do that. So that's something that I try to be as good about as I can. Being mindful, that's something that it's a practice that we can get better at. Sometimes we're not. So, one of the things that I think we can learn is we take accountability for ourselves. You can be understanding and accepting of other people. I think it's a good way to be. But it doesn't mean that you have to, accept everything everybody does. Sometimes you got to say no. That's why we have boundaries, and the boundaries that we have, not just for others but for ourselves. Let's mess around. Let's just mess around. You know what I mean? Let's take this off. So we can go and we can get a fresh start here, right? Ooh, doesn't that sound interesting? Okay, so fuck that up. Hold on a second. To be with you, I wanted so long to be near you. Oh yeah, looking on my phone for followers and fans. You never know what's gonna be there in the end. Oh, oh, oh. I want it. Oh, I am sister. This is what we got going on. Away and away and away and away and away. It's a party over here. That's what we're doing. So live streaming. Let's talk about what we're doing here. So I think for this portion, did a lot of talking earlier on, and I am pretty excited about my new bass pedal, which is fun. And you know, further investigating. Does that sound better? So, let's just say, can you hear me? Can you hear me? So, we're just going incognito. So, there is no sound coming from the amp. Yeah, maybe gonna get it back. Yeah. So. Very interesting, isn't it? It's an ongoing test of how things can go, right? Yeah, baby, it's gonna get back in. Baby's gonna go a little farther, babe. Get a little back. I don't wanna, baby. Is there something that you wanna know? Yeah. Here we gonna go, baby. Sit down. Sound. All right, so what that made me think of is I spend most days alone. I'm happy with the way I've grown. I don't want to assume, but my stomach jumps whenever you enter the room. But when you don't look, the very little at all about who you are, but it's so far. Seems you deal with things in the same way. Maybe you've loved too much, you run away. But when you don't love, they say a crook will steal your heart. Yeah. If you ever want to feel this way, I've come running faster every day. 'Cause you already have me, but I won't tell you that I'm under your spell. Like you know me so well, that I'm under your spell. Like you know me so well, like you know me so well. Working by candlelight, I'm sitting thinking about you. I ask myself, who would know? Midnight weekend will be weekday drinking. I'll be dancing with you at the show. I saw you from before. You're sitting on a wall, talking with people I don't know. The more you get to see, you might be right for me, not like the girls from before. If you ever want to feel this way, I've come running faster every day. 'Cause you already have me, but I won't tell you that I'm under your spell. Like you know me so well, that I'm under your spell. Like you know me so well, like you know me so well. Yeah. See, that's the way it's supposed to sound. Yeah. So yeah, there's a number of different factors going on here. Yeah. So one of the things I like to talk about, and I was, playing a little, that was Under Your Spell. I wrote that one quite a while ago. And that was about a girl, of course, that had me under her spell. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a girl. It could have been a guy, But in this case, it was a girl. And I was kind of infatuated with her. I was in San Diego, and this girl, Emily, it's like one of those short crushes that sort of like, you know, you have not a long time, but like for a little while. And it was the kind of thing that I thought she was cute. She's somebody that I could, you know, kind of, you know, have a little crush on when I'd go out. And, you know, it was kind of sweet, but it wasn't like anything that would, I don't think anything was going to, you know, happen from it. But it's like always like, oh, you know, she's cute. I kind of like talking to her. She likes, you know, I don't even think she may have liked me at the time, but still kind of fun to think about. And sometimes having a crush is more just about having a crush. It's not about having anything come about as a result of that. I think that's something that can be, it's just nice to like, you know, nice to be like attracted to someone. And, you know, as soon as you try to make it something more, it ends up becoming what this other song that I'm going to do for you is called Mistakes. And it's this one, I'm going to get myself a little, I'm not going to do the full-on thing, but I am going to tune up. And I am going to go sideways. Here we go. Let's go side, front to side. I think I'm going to do this sideways, right? So that you can see a little bit more of what's going on with me here. There we go. Little light on the situation as it gets darker out here in Brooklyn, New York. As the lights go low. Got one little thing. Gonna light my candle. It's nice light. If I had some incense, I'd get the incense rocking. Let me tune up. As I'm tuning up, I'll tell you a little story about this one. This girl I dated, it's like the kind of thing where sometimes you date people and you're like wondering, well, maybe we should have stayed friends. And sometimes that was the case. Like some people I really enjoyed hanging out with ended up having a relationship with, and a romantic relationship. And then, you know, there's this idea of what a romantic relationship is supposed to be. And sometimes what that is not necessarily healthy, you know? It's not that it's bad. It's just, it may not be a healthy representation of what a relationship actually should or could be or can be or is. So, you know, sometimes we make the mistake of trying to make something more than it is. And when it's not that, what we want it to be, it becomes something upsetting for us. So that's what this song's a little bit about. So yeah. Poor pretty girl, I will sacrifice my will upon the plans that I will devise. Blind wish for survival, the denial of which that will put me on trial. Every time I try to get it nice, my timing is wrong, but intentions are right. Giving up and loving in the end. Wish we could have stayed just a little more than friends. You just bottled it up. Then you smiled and told us we were good. I gave you mostly what you want. Then you told me it isn't enough. Anytime mistakes are made, you take it out on me, and then you take it to the grave. I said that anytime mistakes take place, you run away to hide from it. Find another space, find another place. When I think about your joyful smile, it takes me a moment to remember the way you were happy sometimes when you were entering into my mind. Worst thing we could say, you neglected the loving way, requesting a longing for being next to you. All that kills me to feel it. When it's over, I will say, you took the easy way, okay. Return to the things you know. Just remember, it's never your fault. Anytime mistakes are made, you take it out on me and then you take it to the grave. I said that anytime mistakes take place, you run away to hide from it. You find another space. Anytime mistakes are made, anytime mistakes are made, anytime mistakes are made, anytime mistakes take place, anytime mistakes take place, anytime mistakes are, anytime mistakes are made, you take it out on me and then you take it to the grave. I said that anytime mistakes take place, you run away to hide from me. You find another space, run away to hide from me. You find another space, run away to hide from me. You find another place, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. You got no place to hide. Wow, it's I must be a little out of practice. I should be doing my scales. Would you guys like that? Like to watch me do scales? Ooh. So when my arm gets a little tired, I bring out the massage gun, and I don't care what it looks like. It's really for my arm here, so that I can play a little bit. But also my fingertips are feeling a little raw. Is that possible that they feel a little raw? Yeah, see, now, I mean, not that I am playing like constantly, but I was thinking, well, hey, maybe I should see, and that helps it get a little bit better. That's my secret. That's my secret to being to doing the thing. So anyway, I think I want to get to playing a few songs, so I'm just gonna go through them, But that last one particularly does. Let me just see what that does. Tell me. All right, so this is Anything You Got. Tell me what to do. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. your face. I'll take anything, anything you got, anything you got, anything you got. I'll take anything you got, anything, anything, anything. I'll take anything, anything you got. Yeah. All right. Anything you got. Anything you got. So yeah, that is basically one of the things that I feel when you talk about anything. Taking anything, shouldn't just take anything. You deserve more. So, you deserve more. Do you hear me? You. You deserve more. Don't know what I'm laughing, don't know when I want to dance. I know. Yeah, there was a couple songs I wanted to do before I finish up. So one of them is okay, so what that one is, that's Auto Limiter. Yeah, I haven't really gone through my mental chillness set. So I've been slacking because I've been talking. So there is, what should I do? I have so many that I want to do. One of them is, so I'm going to do Hideaway. Hideaway is a classic one. So I think I'm going to burn through a few of these here. This debut, Ductape Halo's back, feeling so special. Attack, would know your name, you travel the world, but you know how to fix it. No one knows you best as your mother did. What you got to hide, what you got inside, what you got inside, what you got to hide in your little hideaway, where I go to hide. Where I hide, where I hide, little hideaway, and this ancient haze it might deliver. Can words and feel a shiver in your low and glow and tender. December's right around the corner and death is already upon us. The deep and lonely mountain, the girls will play so far away. What you got inside? What you got inside? What you got to hide in your little hideaway? Where I go to hide? Where I hide? Where I hide? Little hideaway, no score. No, you do. No, it's passion. No, it's passion. Despite what you gonna believe, I am a hurricane. What you got to hide? What you got inside? What you got inside? What you got to hide in your little hideaway? That's where I go, in your little hideaway. 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 That's where I go. That's where I go to hide. It's where I hide. Where I hide. What you got to, what you got to hide, little hideaway. Hey. Who said it was easy? Thank you for watching Dan Victor Does. Dan Victor Does Outsider Jam Sessions. So this is the dead space out section of the program, because you know every dead show needs a little space, you know. So Dan Victor Does Space Out Jam. Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, especially with this new bass pedal. I'm super stoked about. See, but what's cool is, so I do this bass line, right? Nothing special there, just fucking around. Time to erase that pattern. Anyway, yeah. So, you know, it's wild to be on here. So I'm gonna go back to the front, just to kind of switch gears a little bit, and you know, we're coming up here on the end of my session, because doing the whole oops, somebody hit the door. We're doing the whole 3-hour session, so I'm making sure that I hit at least 3 hours, because I am trying to hit my affiliate mark. So please follow me on Twitch if you can. I'd love that. Dan Victor Does. And if you please follow me on, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also go live there. And if you like my page, Dan Victor Productions, that would be great. I also have a Ductape Halo music page on Facebook. I have a DJson V on Instagram. I'm all over the place. And I have a Ductape Halo Twitter. If you follow that, I'm not on there, but that's like where you can contact me, through Twitter. You know, and I have a site, danvictordoes.com, and I have a whole bunch of stuff on there that talks a little bit more about mental chillness. And there's a article I wrote called "The Music of Mental Illness" under the mental chillness category, which talks about my story, and you can find out more about me. I also have a number of Ductape Halo recordings that I had put up there and archived. So you can read the lyrics, you can listen along while you read the lyrics, or read along while you listen. And it's really more like try to create a comprehensive experience. So, you know, there's the live stuff. I did a series called DVD Concerts, which is Dan Victor Does Concerts. And they are featuring other artists where I interview them and do something similar to what I did on Pop Dust. With Pop Dust Presents, where I would interview people, have them perform, but this is like more songs, less talk. But you know, it depends. Sometimes people want more talk, some people want more performance. It is a very interesting thing, because sometimes for me, I prefer talking as opposed to music, and some people just want to hear the music, but like the mode can be different. So like I try to seek a balance between the two. So there's a balance between uh, what do you call it, between what I'm doing here on Twitch with the music and what I'm doing with the just chatting aspect of it and talking about mental health and whatnot. So it's sort of like, I'll throw a song to mix it in, but I think ultimately I really do enjoy talking. So it's sort of, it's investigating what is it that I like. And I think I'm looking over here to my right because these are all of my songs. So one of the songs I'm going to leave you with, I think, is Step High. And I can do that. Made my way to paradise, worked my way through pain, finished with minor sins, got no one to blame. Looking for some vision, starving for a taste, hoping for a second chance that I'd have to waste, yeah. But I know it's not too late, no matter what they say. I think that it's me, set me free. Step high, step high. Begging for forgiveness, talking to the wall. Tell my family back in Jersey that I'm waiting for the call. Mystery surrounds him, inspiration's waiting then. Found my voice among the ashes of a vicious bloody end, yeah. But I know it's not too late, no matter what they say. I think that it's me, set me free. Step high, step high. This is what I want. Step high, screaming from the top. Step high, written on the cross. Step high, leaving the God. Step high, step high, step high, step high, step high, step high, step high. stepping high. All we do is we step it up every day. Every day is a new day. Every day we stepping high. That would be kind of cool. So that's like... There we go. Sweet leaf. Yo, this is what we do at the end of the show. Super big jam. With lots of effects. Gonna do maybe some freestyle songwriting. Oh, let's get down to the first thing that you must know about Dan Victor is that he does lots of shit. He comes up with stuff and he makes it a lot too, baby. I wanna know what makes you tick. I wanna know how good it is. I wanna be in your backyard, whispering up to your window. Say it. I like it like that, babies. Yo. Why does it take so long to get somewhere? So this is the most wicked cover of Sweet Pigs. Sweet Pigs. Between War Pigs and Sweet Leaf, right? I don't even know which one it is. Oh, Sweet Leaf! Oh, War Pigs! We're done with that, right? Okay, so it is 9 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? At 10 o'clock, they used to do that. So, I think I'm gonna do one last actual song. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. This one's called. This one is called Auto Limiter. Less communication, more chance to engage. Cut it down to orders. Wanna turn the page. Stay at home like day and tonight. When you go to leave, I start to feel alright. Auto limiter down to the second. Auto limiter, I forgot to mention, what's it take to speak softly? It's wrong to ignore me. Facing into the evening winter's air. Style up for the family. Keep up with the story. You auto limit her. Manipulate the sensation. Hold on to a wish. Waste some thoughts on things that don't exist. Masterclass, do not shout. Say things legit. If you don't believe me, you can taste it on my lips. Yeah. Auto limiter down to the second. Auto limiter, I forgot to mention. Thank you for watching. This has been Dan Victor Does with Ductape Halo's Mental Chillness Jam Out Extravaganza. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please share this with your friends. If you dig what I'm doing, then come next time. Every Wednesday from 6 to 9 p.m. Every Saturday from 12 to 3 p.m. Those are Eastern Standard Times. Remember, I'm here in Brooklyn, New York, broadcasting from the audio dome right here in my home. And Mental Chillness is about inspiration-based motivation, using creative expression as a tool to manage wellness and bring about happiness and and fulfillment. You know, that's I think what we're seeking here, and that's what I'm hoping to offer. DanVictorDoes.com, DJsonV on Instagram, Ductape Halo on Twitter, Ductape Halo Music on Facebook, Dan Victor Productions on Facebook, Dan Victor Productions on YouTube, and once again, Dan Victor Does on Twitch. Please follow me on Twitch. That's where I really want to be. That's really where the community is here. I am focused on all sorts of, making it available for people who may not be a part of Twitch, but I think Twitch is where my home is. Twitch are where my people are. I'm a gamer. I'm a lover. I'm a fighter. I'm a liver. I'm a doer. So for the other doozers out there, the doers, for the other doers in the mental chillness land, let's unite. Anyway, thanks. You have a great night and have an amazing Wednesday. I am going to play my music video, as always, To the Cold, Silk of the Snow, the music video I made this past winter. And thanks again. Yeah! No one can say I don't want you to go. In some other cover, in the silk of the snow, in the silk of the snow, in the snow. The will to smile, I can't control what comes at night. I realize you're right. I lay awake at night. I really need you. The deal is in the snowy mode. Got a filthy grin. It's the same inside, in some other cover, in the silk of the snow, in the silk of the snow, in the snow. Why don't you meet me in the park? The wind is with the lusting trees. A chill to your lips, the frozen taste, so bad to take my breath away. Got a filthy grin. It's the same inside, in some other cover, in the silk of the snow, in the silk of the snow, in the snow. I would try to live in the snow and use the time to stop time, to stop time, time. Time, 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 time.
together in the silk of the snow, 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 in the snow.